everyone! Welcome back, guys, to another episode of our Pokemon Battle Series, The School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spot ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2018 season. That's, I don't do that pre-recording every time. Just thought I'd add that in there today. Hope you're all well and raring to go. We kicked off this week playing this Crazy Gone 2, which was kindly coined by our good friend Jason on Monday's episode. We're going to kick off with it again today. Hopefully find a couple more opponents, kind of keep playing it. And the response from you guys has been amazing, and I'm pleased. The majority of you really enjoy this team. It's a little bit of a different take on the normal kind of FakePG team and how Porygon 2 normally operates. But what we're going to do is kind of play with it, and I really don't feel like it's quite near the finished article yet. So this is just kind of a testing period where we're going to probably tweak things and change things up, and we'll probably do that in tomorrow's episode of the stream that we'll have over on the Twitch channel, which will be at 8 PM tomorrow evening. I'll link the Twitch channel in the description below for you guys that are around and do want to join us tomorrow evening. So it should be a lot of fun, and we'll discuss the team, discuss the events from the weekend, and everything else in between. So we have our first opponent of the day, and they're running a team of Gigalith, Bravery, Salamence, Celesteela, Nihilego, and Alolan Marowak. So, the Bravery kind of puts us off bringing our Arcanine. But do we really need it? I guess for the Celesteela it's quite nice. The Intimidate is obviously really going to be nice for these physical attackers that we see on my opponent's side of the field. Probably got Tailwind support from the Bravery, Bulldoze support from the Salamence, might have Dragon Dance as well, and there's always a possibility of Trick Room support from that Nihilego. So, what do we do? Togedemaru in the Fake Out is going to be really handy here. We just need to be very careful with that Alolan Marowak. I do want to bring Porygon 2. Gigalith again is going to be quite good here, and maybe Tapu Fini as well. So we'll lock in with those four and see how we get on in this first episode. The Bravery always throws a kind of a spanner up into the works, especially when you see it in Team Preview. You know, it's such a good deterrent and protector of those physical type attackers on your opponent's team. And good job we haven't brought the Arcanine here, because my opponent just straight up leading with it. So, which is good, and it's good not seeing the Alolan Marowak here, because it does mean that if we get our target right with a Fake Out, we can kind of potentially set up with something. It's just what's more likely to protect here and what's more likely to switch out, because you've got to imagine a switch out maybe to Marowak is on the cards. You've got to imagine this Salamence is maybe a Dragon Dance variant. And the Bravery maybe goes for a Tailwind or a Z-move. I think I'm gonna... what do I fear more? Because I can Ice Beam the Salamence and I can Z Conversion, so I think I'm gonna go for a Fake Out into the Bravery here. Stop any speed control, hopefully, and I'm gonna go for that Z Conversion with P2 while I've got the opportunity to now. So there's the Fake Out. No switches from my opponent into that Bravery, and there's an Earthquake. Okay. So this will take Togedemaru down to its sash. See how fast this Bravery is as well. Bravery flinches. Okay, so it is faster than a P2, but it's probably not faster than Togedemaru. So we're going to get this Z conversion off. And this next turn, unless the Salamence is Scarfed, which I very much doubt it is, we should be able to pick up a KO with the Ice Beam onto it this next turn. Thing is, we could double into the Bravery here, which might not be a bad idea. But then again, does the Alolan Marowak come in for the Salamence, possibly predicting Maybe an Ice Beam into that slot. Need to be pretty swift with what we're doing. Let's switch in Gigalith here and go for an Ice Beam into the Salamence. And we'll keep Togedemaru around for later on in the game. We can maybe utilise that fake out again. So we bring in Gigalith. We're going to see the Bravery just protect here. So that's fine, because the Ice Beam +1, you would think, should be taking this Salamence down. Ooh, so it doesn't. And we do see a Bulldoze come out. Okay. So Salamence is going to take a little bit of chip damage from that Sand Storm. Porygon 2 is now slower than both targets in front of us. I'm just going to Rock Slide with Gigalith, and I'm going to try and get a recovery off with P2. We should be able to take 2 attacks, hopefully. So we just see another Bulldozer come out from that Salamence. As long as we don't see a Z move here, we should be alright. But it is a Z move. And it's an all-out pummeling, so it must be into the Gigalith. Okay. So this will probably take us down. And we'll get a recovery off with our P2. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of health back. Salamence is going to go down here to the Sandstorm damage. P2 is definitely slower than the Bravery now. And now the problem is, if we see the Marowak come in, if it's a fast Marowak, then it's likely going to outspeed a P2. So I am going to bring in Tapu Fini here. Because we are scarfed, we've got access to that fast Hydro Pump if we need to. But it could also be something like the Nihilego as well. But it is the Marowak. Okay. So we'll get the Misty Terrain up. Now we've got to bank on a Hydro Pump hitting here. So we're -1 speed, so that would put us... Yeah, I think we'll probably be slower than the... Yeah, than the Marowak. And I'll go for an Ice Beam into the Bravery here. The Marowak withdrawing straight away. We're going to see Celesteela come in. There's the Hydro Pump. Celesteela does avoid, and we see a Brave Bird come out from the Bravery. So it's into the P2. Yeah. But we do take that. And we get the Ice Beam off. Which does pick up the kill. Okay, so we're down to the Celesteela and Marowak here. And my opponent knows that we've went for that Hydro Pump. We're faster than Bravery, so we kind of revealed that we are scarfed at least. But I feel like we need to go for it into the Marowak. So I am going to do that, and I'm going to go for a recover here with P2 just to get some health back. And hopefully this Hydro Pump hits if we don't see it protect, which we don't. This should pick up the KO, which it does. Excellent. So we've just got 3 against 1 now. Now the problem is, yeah, contending with these Leech Seeds. Because we're probably going to see Leech Seed now come into the P2, which could give us the opportunity to switch in our Togedemaru on the Finny slot. Which I'm kind of tempted to do, to be honest. And I'm just going to go for a Shadow Ball into the Celesteela. Yeah, we'll go for a Shadow Ball. And the match was forfeit. Okay, so my opponent forfeits. I think what I was thinking there was we switch out the Togedemaru. If we get it in safely and the Celesteela does go for the Leech Seed then next turn, we lock it into Leech Seed with our Togedemaru, then we could kind of maneuver ourselves safely back into Tapu Fini, use Sulk, get that back out. Hopefully the Encore by this time still hasn't worn off, and then we can maybe use Togedemaru with one Zing Zap would be able to take it down, and that's kind of the worst case scenario. We'd still have Porygon 2 sitting next to it, just throwing out Shadow Balls continuously. And we do have Recover with P2 as well, so we might have been able to kind of get through that just with what we had. But very good game to my opponent, and a little bit of a swift end. But let's move on to our next game. Hopefully it will be as entertaining as that one. If that was entertaining, let me know. Let me know your thoughts on that game, guys. I'd love to hear. So, yes. Things I'm thinking about changing with the team. Like I have mentioned in a few comments already that I do feel like Persian would be something that would really benefit and work well with this Porygon 2. And you know, there's always... I'd love to try and fit a Trick Room mode within the team that wasn't reliant on the P2 to set it up. So you could still have a Trick Room mode with the Gigalith, but it's finding the right Pokemon that kind of fits in with what I've got at the minute to be able to do it, or a replacement for that, if you get what I mean. But that's stuff to think about down the line, and you know, a lot of testing benefits this, and it does throw up a lot of answers to the questions that you might not be able to kind of put your finger on asking. So that's always why testing ideas is always a good idea. But we've got our next opponent of the day, and they are running a team of Arcanine, Alola Marowak, Whimsicott, Garchomp, Gyarados, and Tapu Lele. We're seeing a lot more Whimsicott and definitely a lot more Alola Marowaks now post Worlds, which is very interesting. I'm surprised Whimsicott took so long to really kind of take off, and it's interesting that it's in this core with the Tapu Lele that normally would kind of conflict with that Prankster ability. But what do we do here? I've got double Intimidate on my opponent. We've probably got Tailwind support from that Whimsicott. I think we got P2. Togedemaru lead. We could bring in Finny. I think we need Finny. And then, could go Cortana as well. Because we've got the Sulk strategy that we could really take advantage of here. And, you know, the Intimidate does kind of hinder us a little bit, but if we can play around it right, then we might be able to utilize it. But we'll see. Just looking at this guy now as well reminds me I should probably change my trainer outfit. I haven't changed it in absolutely ages, so for the stream tomorrow I might pop to the shop and buy a new outfit for our character. So we see my opponent lead off with Arcanine and Whimsicott. Porygon 2 does get a special attack boost, which is super helpful. What do we go for here? I think what we'll do is go for Z conversion while we can with P2. And let's go for Fake Out into the Arcanine, because the Arcanine kind of scares me that it could potentially have Roll. And I don't want to get the conversion boost up and see a Roll potentially come out. The other thing is... Oh, so yeah. It could target down Togedemaru is what I was going to say. But we see a Helping Hand from the Whimsicott. We're going to Fake Out the Arcanine. Crit does huge damage, and we're going to get this Z conversion. So my opponent's probably sitting thinking now, what is going on. And they've probably got every right to as well. So we get the Z conversion off, turn ourselves into that nice ghost type, and get that boost right across the board. Now, I think what I'll do is just go for a Shadow Ball, and do we go for a Zing Zap, or do I go for... I mean, a Zing Zap probably with a Shadow Ball might be enough. So we'll go for that, and there's also a flinch chance as well. So we see Whimsicott go for that Tailwind. No helping hand this turn. There's the Shadow Ball from P2. Let's see what the damage is like here. That is an extremely offensive Arcanine. Okay, so we do take it down. And I guess we are in +2 as well, so that extra boost has given us a lot more momentum there to kind of just be able to take it off the field, which is super good. Protecting the Togedemaru. We see Garchomp coming now. Now the Tailwind has been set up. And here we go. It's very likely that my opponent probably goes for a Helping Hand Tech Rage with the Garchomp. You've got to imagine. But we will go for an Ice Beam into the Garchomp, and do we just Spiky Shield, or do we switch out into maybe Kartana? Let's switch into Kartana. I've got a feeling that, I mean, we could switch the P2 out, but then we lose our conversion boost. And there's the Helping Hand. You can pretty much guarantee that this is going to be a Tectonic Rage. Here it goes. And I don't think on +1 we're going to be able to take this, unfortunately. But I could be wrong. This is why we needed Arcanine in the back. Because that Intimidate would have really helped us out here. What? Porygon 2 actually takes it. Beast. That's amazing. And we take the Garchomp down with us. So that is huge. So that's a nice calc to know for future reference. P2 is just godlike sometimes. And we see Tapu Lele come in now. Okay, so we do need to play a little bit carefully, because my opponent is in a Tailwind. But we can switch Kartana out. I think we're going to have to kind of resign to the fact that we're probably going to lose P2 here. I'll go for a Shadow Ball into the Lele, and I'm going to switch in... Yeah, because does the Tailwind end this... No, we've got one more turn. Let's see. Got 2 more turns. I'm going to go for Detect here with Kartana. There's a Shadow Ball from the Lele into the Kartana. Okay, Whimsicott Moonblasting now. This will take the P2 out. Yeah. But P2's done a decent job already. Now I'll bring in Togedemaru. And I'm going to go for a Fake Out into Lele. And I'm going to switch Kartana. I mean, I don't even need to switch Kartana out, but yeah, I do need to switch Kartana out because I need the terrain gone so I can use the Fake Out. So I'll switch Kartana into Finny. I'll get the Fake Out onto Lele, and that should burn the last turn of this Trick Room. And we're going to do the biggest thing here and get rid of the Psychic Terrain to lower the damage output of that Lele, which is going to be super important to try and finish this end game off with. So, when we're just protecting, and we do get a Fake Out into the Lele, and the Tailwind pit us out. So, you've got to imagine here that maybe oh well, actually, Tapu Lele is scarfed, isn't it? Because the Tapu Lele moved before the Whimsicott. So what I'm going to do is go for a Zing Zap, and I'm going to go for a Sock into the Lele. So there's a helping hand. This has to be into the Finny, really. Because the Togedemaru is sashed, so we won't. Yeah, and there's a Shadow Ball. It's locked into it. Togedemaru does decent damage, but this should pick up the KO here. Which it does. And now we can really easily lock up this game, I think. So just go for a Zing Zap into the Wimmy, and we'll go for the Sock into the Whimsicott with our Tapu Fini. And the Sock strategy coming through really well here. Even if Togedemaru goes down here, we've got Kartana in the back to come in with that Leaf Blade, but it's not going to really matter too much at all. And Togedemaru cleaning up, and that Sock strategy really kind of coming into fruition there. So that was really nice to see us kind of get a little element of that side of the team played as well. So P2 kind of setting up the initial part of that game, and then Tapu Fini doing its thing with that Sock that was seen so popular. You know, it was made popular at Worlds. We saw Yuri run it at Worlds too. A massive success. He did so well with it, and it was kind of a real one of those techs that you remember Worlds by, I think. And we had so many great teams from Worlds throughout that season. Last season. But I think one of the things that it sticks in my mind was the Sock strategy that Yuri kind of ran in those stream matches. It was so much fun to watch, and it has influenced our choice here, and it did make a lot of sense in the team and give the team kind of, you know, when you're lacking direct answers to stuff like Muck and Celesteela. I know we've got Arcanine and Togedemaru, but when you've got a nice option, and even Tapu Koko, because the Tapu Fini will outspeed Tapu Koko, so you can Sock the Tapu Koko, not worry about any electric type attacks because you've got Togedemaru sitting next to it, and just pick up a clean KO with Togedemaru on the Tapu Koko if it stays in. So it's a nice option for kind of covering a lot of Pokemon that you haven't got direct answers for initially. So seemed to work alright. But let me know, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed today's episode. If you have, as always, leave a like on the video. It is massively helpful for the channel. And if you're new to the channel, I do welcome you. Salute. Do subscribe to the channel though, so you stay up to date with all of our daily content from our School of Hard Knocks QR code series, which will be coming up right after this episode, around 9:30 this evening. So I hope you enjoy that. We'll be doing the stream tomorrow, which is over on our Twitch channel. I did mention it earlier, so that is 8 PM UK time tomorrow. We'll probably do it for about an hour and a half tomorrow night. We'll just hop on, have some battles with this team, maybe make some changes, hang out, just have a good time, and chat about probably stuff that happened over the weekend. And we've got a big special event happening in Bilbao a week on Friday, so we'll probably chat about that. I have been asked to commentate at that event, so I won't be playing, but I will be over there casting, which is going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully some of you guys will be over there playing, and I might even get the chance to cast on some of your games, which would be an absolute pleasure. But yeah, lots to talk about, and the stream was always a lot of fun. You guys are amazing to hang out with. So if you're at a loose end tomorrow night and you fancy coming and watching Pokemon games and just hanging out with a cool bunch of people, talk about Pokemon and VGC and all that sort of stuff, do hop over. As I say, it's at 8 PM UK time, Thursday evening, over on the Twitch channel. It is linked in the channel banner. There's a little Twitch button there, and as always, it will be in the description below. Right, we'll wrap things up there, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I will see you all for another episode of School of Hard Knocks on Friday. We'll be at the stream tomorrow, and there will be a QR code series after this. So thanks so much, guys. Whatever you're doing, take care of yourselves. Have a great evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time of day it is, and I will see you all very soon. So until then, guys, bye-bye.